Money. 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 We all like money. But money is pretty hard to get by these days. We should be saving our money for the things that matter. So, you could say every penny counts. However Mr. Krabs says it. But how much is too much? To these people, I guess it is too much because this seems pretty messed up in my opinion. Steam rules must change, developer says after players praise bite-sized game but are allowed to refund it anyway. So this is a small indie game called Paddle Paddle Paddle. You play with your friend or by yourself if you got none. But it's a pretty, I wouldn't say easy, it looks like one of those, I wouldn't say friend slop, but it is kind of friend slop. So you play it, you have fun. And right now on Steam, they're having a sale. It's only $3. That ain't too much. That's like 2 Kit Kat bars these days. But it can be a lot to some people, and I understand why. 2 Kit Kat bars is 2 Kit Kat bars. So people are refunding it en masse. They were basically saying the game is too short. You know, sometimes the rabbit and the hare. Sometimes you just enjoy things. These people, they are speeding through it, and you know that's fine. But to enjoy something and then just immediately wanting a refund after that, because apparently this game has good, it's very mostly positive on Steam. So I would love to just leave a review on a game and be all like, this is the best game I've ever played, and refunded. So yeah, it does seem a little bit pretty messed up. You get around 2 hours of fun if you do manage to finish it. So I don't know. A Steam game developer has called for the storefront refund policy to be changed after players who praised its bite-sized game were still able to get their money back. Writing on Twitter, Zoro Arts, the developer behind indie boat adventure Paddle Paddle Paddle, criticized Steam for allowing players to receive a full refund even after completing the game and leaving glowing reviews. Steam allows players to refund any title played for less than 2 hours up to 14 days from purchase. It's a policy intended to ensure players are happy with their games up to a couple hours of playtime, but Zoro Arts says it's also punishing makers of smaller experiences that players can quickly polish off. This should not be possible, Zoro Arts stated, claiming that Paddle 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 had been widely praised but still subject to a 21% refund rate from players who finished their time with it. Within Steam's refund time window on Steam, its review average is very positive and is currently on sale for just $3. So again, that does seem pretty messed up. This is a small indie dev. I get it if it was like a $60 game, $70 game. Man, I wish I miss $60 games, but I get it if it was like an $80 game and you didn't enjoy it, so you refunded. Big whoop to the big publishers. They'll move on and get somebody else's money. But this is a small indie dev. Every penny counts. So I don't know. It just seems kind of messed up to do that. Would be cool if you could finally do something about your refund policies. Or Arts continued, got dozens of reviews like that and 21% refund rate, even though the reviews are 90% very positive. That's over 55,000 refunds, by the way. Zoro Arts included an image of the Steam review for Paddle 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 that labeled it as a great game, finished within 1 hour and 40 minutes, refunded. Oh man, I planned a medium playtime of 3.5 hours for the full level, and the level from the free demo takes 40 minutes to complete. Zoro Arts added, so the game was planned to launch with 4 hours of total gameplay. There are tons of reviews with 5 hours and even 20 hours, but the game was also played by a lot of speedrunners and just really good gamers who made it to 1 to 2 hours. Got many insulting comments with make a game longer than 2 hours. People really like the game, the developer continued. Look at the almost 1,400 reviews on Steam. You cannot say that the game is bad or trash if you have not even played it, and the most basic approach to check if it's a problem with the game is checking the reviews. The true problem is that PC gamers seem to hate shorter games and don't want to pay for that, and I understand it now, but there is no reason to insult me or the game like many people in the comments did. Responses overall to comments have been mixed, with some stating that Valve was unlikely to change its policies or calling for better labeling when the game is intended to be a short experience. This is something Zoroark has also backed, with the ability to see price and expected playtime clearly laid out. That way at least too short cannot be refunded reason anymore, the developer concluded. Valve itself already includes a section on abuse of its refund policy and the platform terms and condition, which states that refunds were not a way to get free games, and anyone unfairly taking advantage of this would have their refund privileges suspended. How much this is actually policed in practice, though, remains unclear. So I do get where he's coming from, but I also do get the other ladder where they're coming from. This is a pretty short game. You ain't gonna get arrested. I got interrupted, but yeah, you're not gonna get arrested for refunding a Steam game. Again, kind of sucks for the indie dev. You know, they gotta put food on the table just like anyone else, but the only thing I can say to him is just make more content, make a longer game. Speedrunners exist for everything. They exist for Barbie's Dream House Adventure. Everything has speedrunners, so just make a longer game, make more content. This is a kind of friend swap game, so if he wants to keep updating it, he can update it, but you know, it's just the way it is with Steam. There's a lot more freedom unlike console, so hopefully he just takes, you know, the slap on the wrist. Again, it's up to the people. They play your game, they like it, they let you keep the money. They don't, they just want to refund it. Kind of sucks, but it's just the way it is. I kind of actually want to see the reviews on Steam before I end the video. Not fun, short, sloppy. Beat it under 2 hours and would refund if I could, but waited too long to play it. You should if you can. There just isn't enough content. Game looks like a browser game, and it was made rushed in a short amount of time. The dev admits this himself, and yet the dev has the nerve to cry about refunds on Twitter when he is trying to sell a browser game to you. This should not be on Steam. The devs keep crying about this game getting refunded on X despite making millions out of a sloppy effort. So I'm not going to say he's wrong, but he's not wrong. This game does kind of look a little bit on the choppier side. It is a indie game, so I don't know how much work was put into this. Apparently the dev kind of rushed in. Again, this looks like something I would see off like old Roblox games. It's not that visually incentive. But a game doesn't have to be, you know, Minecraft shaders, 1080p, whatever it is these days, to look good. A good game is a good game that plays good. This just seems like your average friend slop. It's a decent game, you can have fun with it, but it ain't gonna blow your brains out and be the best game you've ever played. So you can go into either argument and say it's messed up for people refunding it, but you can also say that people are refunding it for a reason. They got their fun, but they just don't enjoy what the game was fundamentally. So I don't know, it's a very touchy subject. I don't think Steam should switch their policies at all just for an indie game like this. Again, just make more content, just make a longer game, and that's it. That's all you gotta do. So we'll see what happens. Well, I don't really think there's much to see. I think it's just kind of the end of it. But yeah, just make a longer game. That's really all I can say. But other than that, take care.